Alrighty, everyone, welcome tonight to the Extreme iRacing Series and round number two from the Homestead Miami Speedway here tonight from Homestead, Miami, Florida. And up in the booth here tonight, it's going to be Matt and Reese covering the action. Well, Reese, man, what do you think about tonight's race and what do you expect to see?
Man, we got a good race coming up. Good race. We're seeing some quick times. We only got one guy in the, looks like running a 30. Everybody else in the 31s. I'm excited. Came off an exciting race at a Daytona. So, see what we got tonight.
Yeah, poor man. I just noticed I had a little bit of a typo there. Homestead, Miami, Soeedway, whatever I was trying to spell. Sorry about that, folks. Got it fixed for you. Well, qualifying underway right here. 2 minutes left. And look at the top of the board right now. It's Dustin Stallings, who is on top of the board, 39 or 30.904. Ryan Bean, Andrew Little, Matthew Bush, or Matthew there, Clayton, Terry, Scott, and James, your top eight. As you can see, most of the drivers, they've got their custom number plates in there. Missing a couple of cars with their custom number plates. And I think our co-commentator can see that as well. See the custom number plates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking pretty good here. We got to get Dustin's next week. But we'll get Dustin's next week and get him in there. But right now, he is going to qualify on pole. Now, we left Daytona, what was 2 weeks ago. As of now, we had a week off. That was Calvin Ruff that got the win in the Daytona 500 after a week of exciting racing down there between the duels and the 500. Now we go and start the regular season. And what do you think, man? We got, 6 sets of tires here tonight for these guys?
Yeah, 6 sets of tires. We got 0 fast repairs for the virtual world. Man, it's going to be exciting.
Well, I have to tell you, you look at fast repairs here going into the night and everything we got going on should be mighty interesting as we get ready to go racing here in about a minute from Homestead Miami Speedway. Meanwhile, I'm going to adjust a couple of things. So I'm going to throw you over to commercial break right fast. And when we come back, we'll be ready to go here from Homestead Miami. Alrighty, back here with you. Sorry about that, folks. We're just fighting with iRacing just a little bit here tonight, trying to bring this action to you and make it happen. We're going to have a fight on our hands, I have a feeling, all evening long. But hopefully, to make up for it there, Mr. Reese, it'll be a good race and a lot of fun.
Oh, man, this is going to be exciting. Bring up those 0 fast repairs. This is Homestead, right? This is kind of like Kyle Larson's track here. A lot of running on the wall to help save those tires. Everybody diving in, gonna be eating those tires up. I'm really excited to see the game plan on some of these cars.
Well, and my question to you, and we know iRacing has its own little issue there with two-groove racetracks. Normally migrates to one or the other. Do you think we'll see a hint of that two-groove racing style here?
Oh, for sure tonight. For sure. Homestead's a lot like Auto Club, right? There's a lot of lanes in these turns. You got a lot of real estate here to use up. So it's going to be fun, man. This track will really open us up to a lot of dogfighting, I think, through the turns. I'm excited.
Well, here we go. Qualifying is over. Let's take a look at the Xtreme Sim TV starting grid here. And here we go. Here is your qualifying grid here tonight. Row number 1, Dustin Stallings and Mr. Ryan Bean. Row 1 here tonight. Andrew Little, Matthew there in 4th. Row number 3, Clayton Craves and Calvin Ruff are defending Daytona 500 champion right there in row 3. Row number 4, JB or Terry there in 8th, along with Christopher Miller and Jared there in 10th. Well, Mr. Reese, you want to take 11th on back there, buddy?
Let's see, 11th on back is going to be Cole Thomas and Scott Taylor in the 18 car. Row 7's going to be Joe Weaver in the 22 car, James Coitran in the 38. I hope I'm not messing any of these up. Harold Rocky in the number 1 is going to start out on row 8 with Rusty Modesti right beside him in the 6 car. Row 9 is going to be Michael Martino in the 75, Jimmy Coleman'sberger in the 110 car. Row 10 is going to be Marc-Andre Thibodeau in the 27 car, J.R. Miller driving the number 78. Row 11 is going to be Matthew Fleming, the 88 car, David Royal of the 14. Row 12, Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. in the 48, Philip Mullinex, number 8. Row 13, Kevin Zablondle in the 17 car, Dakota Todd in the number 63.
In row 14, we got admin out there at David Hall. I don't think the admin's starting. Row 15, Reese, there, of course, up in the booth, magically up in the booth with us. And Jordan, Reese, your car is going to be sitting down there not moving here tonight, but maybe you'll have a driver for it next week.
That's right. That's right. We're going to get that seat filled next week, man. I am excited to be up here in the booth with you. This is going to be a lot of fun.
And hopefully we didn't butcher any of the names too badly. That's kind of why I let you have that part of the grid. I let you have all the fun.
Yeah, I think Kevin's going to probably not like that.
Well, you know, hey, it happens, right? All right. 130 laps from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Coming your way. Everybody getting gridded up, ready to go behind that Ford Mustang pace car. This, like we said before, Reese, this starts your regular season. We got 38 races here in this league. We're going to be going all the way up to November of this year. It's a long year that we're going to be doing here live each and every week on Xtreme Sim TV. Go ahead and tighten them belts. Get ready to go racing. We had a week off for a wedding. Now we're back for the fun. Weddings are okay, but racing's funner. We're going to go racing at Homestead. And I hope I don't get slapped by the girlfriend from that comment. And thank God she's asleep. But we're going to go green here, Reese. And we are underway here tonight, buddy.
Let's see what's going to happen here in turn 1.
Well, right now, pretty good start there between Ryan and Dustin up front. Dustin Stallings right now going to inch out barely to the race lead. He'll use the bottom lane to get clear off into the back straightaway. Reese, pretty good start back in the pack. It's going to be a jumbled mess.
Man, I'm telling you what, it is side by side back here.
And we got one car blinking there in the middle of turn 3. You don't know who that is. And we got a car on the outside wall, and this is going to be big. Here it is.
Oh, 68 and a 5.
And we have a mess front straightaway. 38 involved, 27 involved. We're going to go back and take a look at it. Too many cars to count and pour up front straightaway right now. And how many fast berries you say they got? They got again?
Zilch.
No.
Zero. Nada.
Go ahead and roll the tow truck because we're going to need it, folks. We'll give you a couple of looks at this at home. As it's on. Oh, man, it is a mess.
Something to think about. Remember, these guys are on cold tires. You know, and when they come around, they got to keep that in mind. You know, I would like to think these guys have set their front bias for the cold tires, but I believe that 68 and the back end started stepping out on him, and he just collected a whole bunch.
And look at that 18 of Scott Taylor just swerving his way through. Let's go on board that 18 here from the start of this race. And we're just going to kind of let this unfold in front of us here. We're on board with Scott Taylor. He started back here at the back, and everything looks good down here on 1 and 2. But when we get back around to 3 and 4, Reese, well, the shoe come off the foot, so they would say, where the cork come out of the keg, and all heck broke loose down there in turns 3 and 4 at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Man, I'm getting collected here. One more look. And then you're right.
He feels bad about that.
Oh, yeah, especially when you're taking out that many cars. I wish I had one of them fancy graphics like Fox has to let you know, but honestly, just too many cars here torn up right now, and that is Jordan Insel, I believe, on pit road. The front end of that car gone. And folks, we're only 4 laps into this, and we've destroyed a ton of race cars here tonight.
Oh, man.
So now what do you do if you're one of these drivers, especially the guys, that was in that wreck? You don't have a fast repair, but what you can do is ride around in points race here.
That's right. That's right. You points race. You try to come in here under caution, right? Come around, get a little bit more time. As we know, the teams can work in the virtual world on the car. So you come in for a little bit, try to beat that pace car back around, get a little bit more work, try to beat that pace car back around. So you try to, man, try to get as much damage off these cars as you can in between each caution.
Well, folks, but it's not fun as a driver to go into points mode, but some nights, what I think.
Yes, sir.
Does that mean our first trip to Bristol is going to be on dirt? Can we talk Philip into it?
Oh, gosh, I hope. Oh, please. Has Iracing said what month that's coming out?
From my understanding, it should be this upcoming month.
No way. Oh, I tell you what, there's going to be people that are around my age, 36 and up, that are going to look at that and go, right? But to I believe, the newer generations coming up, this is one of the best moves NASCAR's made. I'm really excited about it. Really am.
Well, hopefully we can get these NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series cars out there on dirt, even if it's a non-points race. But we're going to go green once again with Dustin Stallings out front, Ryan Bean in second, and Matthew in third. Back at it again, and hopefully they can figure it out here and not tear up any more race cars early. But look out front, that is Ryan, and that beautiful all-tail machine takes me back to the mid-2000s with Ryan Newman's old all-tail car right now leading.
Yeah. Love this. Looks like we got the 27 still in pits.
Yeah, he's still on pit road, new race leader at Homestead. Oh, by a fender, possibly. Give it to the 28, Ryan Bean, that time by. I'm going to count him as a race leader, and they're still battling it out in that outside line with Dustin up there on the top lane, rocking and rolling down the back straightaway. And Dustin really carrying the momentum. I think you're right, man. I think that outside lane is coming in early here at Homestead.
Telling you, they need to take advantage of that outside lane here early. Save those tires so they can dogfight at the end. There's no stages in tonight's race.
Yeah, you don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight at the end of this race with tires here and right now on the bottom. That is going to be Ryan somehow holding off Dustin every corner that he goes through. And that all-tail number 28 machine, he's just grinding them tires away, trying to run the inside.
There he is. He's stuck him on the bottom. Gonna have to get up at some point.
Oh, by a figure of speech, by a hair, he got up.
These two going at it early.
Has anybody told them this was a 130 lap race?
I don't know.
I don't think they've been advised for that. I really don't think they've been told that this is a 130 lap race, man.
I don't think so either.
Sammy, we normally do show the standings points wise during the race. However, seeing as it's only the second race, I will begin showing them next week. I normally don't after the first race, just because the way they finished at Daytona is pretty much the way it is here. So we'll be showing that starting next week. But thank you for the question, man. But yes, we will be keeping up with points starting next week as well. And right now, up front, Dustin leads. Let's go back through the pack a little bit. Cole Thomas in the number 66 machine runs 6th. Running 7th right now is JB. 8th is Rusty. 9th right now, Scott Taylor. Running in 10th, Joe Weaver right there in the 22 machine. Running in 11th is going to be Matthew Fleming. Jimmy right here in 12th. But what about J.R. Miller? On board with him as they rocket into turn 3 and 4 as we start to head towards nighttime here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
That's going to bring in a lot of factors. This track is going to really cool off here in just a little bit. I'm excited to see what changes they make.
And I tell you what, we got a new sponsor for the White Flag lap here this year. You want to talk about a little bit about that, Reese?
For the last lap, we got Waterford Concepts. They're going to be there for all your CAD and 3D needs. Find them on Facebook.
And that will be the Waterford Concepts white flag throughout the year for the Xtreme Iracing. We'll get that logo up there, or the white flag logo, probably next week. But for tonight, it's going to be a standard deal. But extremely thankful to Waterford Concepts for coming on board to sponsor the white flag lap, the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series. And you see right now, Clayton right there in the 13. Is he in a gray car for you too, sir?
Yes, sir, he is.
I think he's got one of the early 2000 pre-race Thunder or preseason Thunder cars out there.
He is looking for a sponsor, baby.
Yep.
The way he's driving right now, he should find one pretty quick.
Hey, maybe, or white flag sponsor might come on board that car. You never know.
There you go. There you go.
Well, the 66 has got a sponsor. I just can't tell what. Oh, we got a car on the outside wall up in front of them. Couldn't tell who it was. Somebody knocked the wall down, and that might be that all-tail machine that got in the fence. Let's go back and take a look here and see if we can locate who got into the wall in our instant replay here down in 3 and 4. One car was out there in front of them, but the hood missing, looking like a modified out there tonight. And, well, he blinked out there for a second. Didn't get in the fence. Oh, it was your leader. It was Dustin who got in the outside wall. Held the race lead, but he's going to beat the right side of that car up. As you can see some scratches down the right side of that number 93 machine leading here at Homestead, Miami, Florida.
Whew. Those tires are starting to give. Here we are. Good lap. 16, 15?
About 16 laps in, and you're right. Here comes Ryan. And that all-tail machine to the bottom. Could be a lead change. Lead change number 5. Give it to Ryan back out front. Ryan Bean to the race lead here at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Gets by Mr. Dustin Stallings. And Matthew sitting in third. He's going to come under fire from Jared there.
These two are just handing it to each other.
And we got racing all over the place up front right now.
I'm telling you.
Great racing here at the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series. We got to give a big shout out to Phil at me putting together our kick butt league. I got to kind of watch my language here, but really great league that he's putting together, and looking forward to a great 36 more races after tonight.
Yeah, Phil's done a great job with this league. Bunch of good guys too as drivers. I've really loved racing in this league. Well, 93, he just cannot get to the inside, can he? He's tried twice now.
And he is trying, but he's just out of tire, I think, to pull that move off. 18 of 30 complete of 130. Now the question is, when do you think we're going to see these leaders hit pit road for stop number 1?
Oh gosh, how many laps into this run are we?
Well, we're 19 into the race. We've had that caution. Call it 15 into the run, probably.
I would say give them another 17, 20 laps. Maybe. I'm seeing them eat that bottom groove a lot more than I was thinking they were going to. I mean, these guys are running low. You may see it sooner. Got somebody coming out of the pits right now.
Sorry about that. I just realized what they were talking. They weren't talking about the points. They were talking about the standings. Apparently, our standings wasn't working. I did not catch that. Got it working. Sorry about that. So, and we can actually help you out there. Let's find the 10. Looking for his favorite driver back there. So where is the 10 running?
Number 10 is going to be JB Greghead.
Yeah, he's running P7 right now. Pretty good run for the 10 machine here tonight. Well, early on, as we're 20 completed, the 1 at 30. Hole back there, Kay Thompson right there in the 6th spot in the 66. 13 there, man. Just a ton of action everywhere. Side by side, I believe that's going to be Rusty and JB getting after it there, 7th and 8th on the racetrack now. Double file. Now, what do you say we... Go ahead.
Rusty's trying to put a move on the inside. We got guys coming out of pits. We got some guys either coming out of doing maintenance on their cars from that earlier wreck, or we got some cycling right now.
Everybody on coming off pit road was involved in that incident back at lap number 1. It was. They're still fixing their cars. Let's hop on. Who do you think we should hop on board with? Let's go with let's go with Joe back here. Riding around in that 11th spot, the 22 machine, just outside of the top 10. He's another one of these cars that's running up by the wall here, Reese.
Ooh.
And man, you guys at home don't realize just how hard it is to put these cars up by that safety barrier each and every lap, because one second of not thinking about what you're doing, you end up in a wall. And I'll give you a quick story about that. I was running here at Homestead, matter of fact. I was running up by the wall the way these guys are tonight, and the family's dog literally barked. And it spooked me just enough to put that thing right in the outside wall.
I tell you what, one car in the move, and I'm a little partial to this car. I gotta be honest. I might own this car. And that is Matthew Fleming in the 88 of the Texas family. And he's making a little climb.
Well,
making a little climb.
I tell you what, Mr. Team Owner, your driver out there getting after it. You're pulling the Dylan Hurt Jr. method. Own a car and go to the broadcast booth.
I tell you what, man, we got some neat stuff going on. Don't want to stick on it too much, but been doing really, really good this year.
Also, don't want to stick on the fact that this weekend I made myself embarrass myself at Bathurst. So,
oh no!
So if we get a caution, I'll tell the Bathurst story for everybody at home, and just for further, it completely embarrassed myself live on air for what I did. But right now, it's Ryan Bean up front in the all-tail machine. Page that Ryan Newman machine. Dude, I'm partial to that car. I've got to say, that brings me back to my childhood. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. He's getting a good little gap here too. Everybody's starting to kind of file out a little bit, spread out.
Which, side note, all-tail ain't even a thing anymore, is it?
No, it's not.
Side note.
We'll call that a throwback.
Yeah, we'll call it a throwback, thanks. Show our age a little bit here, but right now, 27 into the run, folks. Here at Homestead, we had one caution for the big one down there in 3 and 4 early in the race. See what Phil's gonna have to work on getting us a wrecker sponsor if we're gonna keep this up all year. We're gonna need wrecker services.
And back here for the 6th position, we got guys doing a little bit of fighting.
Around the 6th spot, Dustin's stalling right there. There's your machine, Matthew Fleming.
Matthew's making moves, but Dustin is really trying to take on that car up there to the high side. Matthew with the move to the inside.
So, great move by Matthew. So in the comment section on YouTube, folks, let us know if you want to see the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series hit the Bristol Dirt Race here in a couple of weeks. If you do, leave a comment, and I promise you I'll go talk to Philip about it.
I mean, the excitement alone, I believe every league should be making that at least an all-star race. Have some fun with it, enjoy it.
Well, as your man Matthew Fleming works his way forward, see, I'm kind of cheating. I'm using peer pressure against Philip.
Yeah, I think him. Well, Matthew, I tell you, he's making moves on the inside. Very proud of that driver. He's been doing a great job this year. 48 also, though, further back, he's making moves at the 14 position.
Well, right now as he works forward, 30 on the board of 130 tonight. Guess what, man? We've only got 100 to go this time by. From the Homestead Motor Speedway, this race will end under the darkness here this evening. Keep that in mind as we're 30 on the board of 130. Jared right here in second. staying with Ryan right now. Of course, we previewed Jared last time we were out at Daytona. We had a driver card for him since he was on the front row. Keep that in mind.
Jared's making moves. He is climbing quickly. Now he's eating that inside line. We've seen the 28. He moved from using that low line a lot. He's coming up the track a little bit.
Well, you got to. You eat that tire waiting. You got to go up to the wall and
That's right.
make the thing work on the high side. Clayton right there. Folks, I hate to do it, but we're going to go crank it up for a few minutes while I get settled here, and we're going to crank it up. We'll be back probably in here in about 2 laps. So enjoy. Crank it up and hear it from Homestead. All right, bring it back as we got a corner in the outside wall. It's going to be Ryan smacking the wall, losing the race lead. And let's move that Los Angeles native, that Chevrolet, to the race lead. He's a long way from home, but he's leading in South Florida here tonight. And that leader from South Florida, Mr. Jared, pulling away. You're right, he did do exactly what you talked about. He saved those precious Goodyear Eagles. And right now they're flying high. We got a car to pit road. It's Ryan Bean in the 28. All-tail Chevrolet to pit road. First pit stop of the night, lap 35. Mark it down. He's on pit road here. 4 fresh tires and fuel, and let the pit stop cycle begin, folks. So he's going to be by himself here, but he's going to make up a little bit. He may have a couple of cars back there behind him coming down as well. Right, 28 machine on pit road. The 8 seems to be on pit road as well, I believe. If I can track him down here. So we got a couple on pit road working their way through. Again, we're 36 into the night, folks, and we got cars on pit road. Matthew, a couple more coming down, and we're on board here. And look how congested this pit road gets. Everybody's trying to get, oof. Oh man, this is going to be tight down pit road. Now you can't hit each other long as you're in the boxes. Get out there on the outside of your box, you very easily make contact with another car. Don't know who's done that. Cough, cough. And it can really ruin their night. Cough, cough. To who's actually done that. So while we're going through this cycle, we're going to see when Jared comes down. But we did have an off-week race last week at the Daytona Road Course. That did happen. We'll talk about that as soon as we get to 58 on pit road. He'll come down for fresh tires and fuel. And Reese, was you there for that Daytona Road Course? Well, oh, did you have fun? Well, yours truly may or may not be in the running second at the Daytona Road Course until I spun myself out. So that happened during the off week. So did you all make it through wedding night without the bride and groom killing each other afterwards? And they're not divorced yet, right? All right, so we're good and safe. 39 complete at 130. I hope they're not watching this. Scott Taylor out front. He's going to come down right in front of traffic. And we got trouble on pit road. And he's going to have to lock it up hard. Great job missing it. That was a 17, and it was Kevin who had an issue. What happened to Kevin coming to pit road making a mistake? He already had damage on that machine. So a bad night going worse here at lap 39. As he locks it up, and around that car is going to come. And it's just unfortunate there. He had traffic coming. He's right in the middle of pit road, and the 18 just has to lock it down. It's going to cost him a ton of time, but more importantly, he doesn't have a tore up race car. That all-tail machine back out front. We got a car on the outside wall just behind him. I think it may be a lap car that grabbed the fence that hangs on. I'm going to be saying that a lot tonight, car on the outside wall. And again, it's just because they're up there next to that wall so tight all evening long.
Oh, I'm not seeing near as much high side on this track as I thought I would be. We're seeing a lot of aggressive driving, taking that low line, not saving the tires.
A lot of ton of aggressive driving here. As we're 41 complete here tonight, burning through tonight's race. And oh my goodness, the sticks, they're in trouble.
Look at these two fighting. That's going to take him a lap and a half to gain that back.
If this might not be the craziest race we've seen in a while, folks. You thought Daytona was nuts. This is Daytona ain't got nothing on this. Here in Homestead, Miami, Florida. And don't forget, folks, coming up this week, the world premiere of the Xtreme Film podcast. Wrapping up all your week of racing. Been working on this ideal for the podcast for the last 2 months. I'm finally going to pull the trigger, and I will get you an exact date and time to when this is going to roll out. Probably Saturday around 6-ish Eastern Standard Time. That will wrap up your week of racing, and it'll premiere every Saturday, and you never know who's going to join us on the Xtreme Sim TV podcast. Talk all things iRacing and much, much more. So I kind of bit the bullet here. I've had some of my longtime fans been with the channel since the beginning of their race. And,
yes, sir.
The former, well, soon to be former wife / best friend, they've all missed hearing her opinions on stuff because it's wildly crazy. So what we're gonna do? I've talked to her. She's coming for the podcast. Katie barred the door because I don't know how this is gonna go. But we're gonna hand her a live mic and see what she has to say. Because since the last time y'all heard from her, she is now racing and she ran at Bathurst. So that should be fun coming up Saturday. Fun for you guys. So fun for me or not. I may need alcohol, but you know. Right now, as we run back here in the back, everybody pretty spread out right now, Reese.
Yeah. Around the 7th spot, looks like. Who was that? Rusty just passed the 68 of who's running that 68? Andrew Little. So we got a little bit of lap traffic going on. Everybody seems to be making it through pretty good. Those 3 cars right there just got around the 68 pretty smoothly.
Everybody is kind of calmed down here. 46 laps into this 30 lap affair here tonight. And we got, 15 cars on the lead lap. Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. going to be the last car on the lead lap. And we did those custom car number decals, right, on the ticker. I'd be doggone, I'd be doggone if Robert ain't running a different car than he ran at Daytona. So the way this is going to work for you guys at home, the little decal stickers, they will be based on whatever they call car they ran the last week that was televised. So, for example, next week, the Gatorade paint scheme will be on the 48. Or the custom ticker. So
I like that.
So if you guys can, run the same paint scheme 2 weeks in a row, I'd love you forever. So, The 28 machine of being out front. Matthew in second. Jared there in third. That's your top three here tonight. As we're 48 into the Homestead Miami Speedway. And folks, knock on wood, we've stayed connected to the race. Knock on wood. And it's been pretty smooth here tonight, man.
This has been a lot of fun. You know, as much as they're driving that low line, I thought we were going to see a little bit more than this. You guys are keeping it pretty smooth.
And man, we're just getting started. This is the calm before the storm.
There you go.
As Larry Mack likes to say, night time is the right time, and we're coming up on it here. Track's going to change. Comers and goers are getting ready to happen at the Homestead Miami Speedway.
Jerry Kaler's trying to reel in those front two cars. There he is right there. He's about a half a turn away from them. He is making some moves tonight.
Ryan Bean leads. Let's hop on board. Who are we going to jump with? Let's go with J.R. Miller here if we can. Or Jimmy. Let's go back to J.R. What about Calvin right here as well? On board with Calvin. Getting you some forward shots. Here as the sun begins to set at the Homestead Miami Speedway.
This is Kevin Ruff. He's our winner of last week's Daytona. Or 2 weeks ago.
Yep, 2 weeks ago. Wedding boy here delayed the Homestead race.
Oops.
Yeah, you're bad, right?
Oops.
Oh. I want to know where Meatloaf is running. Mr. Phillip.
He is back in the 17th position. He is actually battling the 75 car right now.
So was you around for the story to why I call it Meatloaf? I can't say the story on air, but do you know the joke at least?
No, I don't.
I will have to tell you the story later off air.
Okay. Meatloaf seems to be a lap down. Who is that? The 75 car he's battling is 2 laps down, so he's trying to make up some ground.
Well, but yeah, like I said, this story is not at all appropriate for a live. Oh, I don't feel like getting the channel shut down tonight.
There you go.
But right now, it's Ryan Bean and Matthew up front, Jared there as well.
Jared, I'm telling you, he is working his way back up there. Here comes the number 1 to the inside. Is he going to take him? I don't think so. He came a little low.
And I believe that number 1 is a lap down, maybe?
Yes. Yeah, the number 1 is old Harold Rothy. He is 2 laps down. He's new this season. He finished 7th, I believe, at Daytona. He is new to the series.
Oh.
Well, glad to have him on board.
Pretty smooth run here tonight. Doing a good job keeping it clean and a little bit off the pace, but hey, he's getting experience. As long as he don't know or do whatever whoever did the Noah Gregson on Saturday, we'll be good. Forget who it was that slid up and just straight took Noah Gregson out in the Xfinity race. It looked horrible. So as we run, got the 17 there coming through. And again,
remember, he wrecked on pit road.
Yes, he did. His cabin trying to make it ground up. And right now, unfortunately, again, he had damage on that race car from earlier. He is 4 laps down. And by some miracle, he's got the hood back on that race car. He was missing the hood there at one point in time.
Yeah, they have been doing some work in pit lane. It looks like they got him back on track. He's putting in some decent laps right now.
I'm going to get you to go look at the information, double check that we don't have a fast repair, because that's a lot of work, I have to say.
That is a lot of work. I'm seeing, 0 fast repairs.
I have never seen a car been beat up that bad and fixed.
That's a lot of work. And they did that all within 4 laps. That is a lot of work. Here he is working on, what is that on the outside? Scott Tatum?
Yeah, and we're taking a look here at the race leader, Ryan Bean, going by a lap car there. Another beat up race car on the high line. And folks, we're almost 60 laps into this shindig here tonight, coming up on halfway. We'll give you one more crank it up here tonight, and when we come back, we'll be headed towards your second round of stops on the evening for the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series. round 2 at Homestead, Miami. All right, back here at Homestead, we got another Bring the Wrecker out on the racetrack. Hashtag put it out. We got a caution on the racetrack. That's the 14 and 68. David Roll and Andrew Whittle involved. So let's go back in time, see what happens. Bring us to yellow here again tonight. 14 underneath the 27. Everything looks good there. We'll just have to stay with it and see what happens. Lap 59, yellow back out on the racetrack here. And we know under caution here, these guys are going to go 4 tires and fuel. And ooh, the 68 just lost it. Nowhere for the 14, or looks like the 10 is involved as well. That 68.
Yeah, I think if we replay that back on the 68, I think we'll see the 68 get loose.
Something happened here definitely with that 68 machine. And that is that Chevrolet Camaro. Yeah, what happened here? Yeah, Rutro, he blinked out. Rutro. And he's back in the wall.
And been the issue. Boy, he collect 2 others.
I'm kind of wondering if the screen froze right there, the way it blinked out. And just unfortunate for the 10, nowhere for him to go. He's gonna get collected up in this. You always feel bad when somebody gets collected in something they had nothing to do with.
Oh man, you know the joys of the virtual racing have hit us.
Yeah, I believe the 10 was riding wrong in the top 10 and just nowhere to go. Hard killed. JB's got to be like, really, man, really, dog.
Everybody's gonna capitalize on this. They're gonna come in for 4 tires.
Yeah, they will. I think JB's car is killed. He killed it. No. Second yellow flag here tonight. Long green flag run. We went from what? Lap 1 basically all the way to 60 without a yellow. After that, well, that's after the lap 1 caution. And now we're back under yellow once again. Lap 60 at the Homestead Miami Speed.
As they come out, we're going to have number 28 of Ryan Bean in first. 11 is going to be Matthew Rush. Third position is going to be Jared Kaler. Fourth position, Clayton Cravens. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be Cole Thomas in the 66.
Oh, well, what has been a really good race here tonight over the first 61 laps, folks.
I think if I was a betting man, which might not be, I think my money's going to be on Jared Kaler for this race. He is making moves tonight.
Well, if I was a sports betting fan, which I might not be, I would agree with you there, sir.
Yeah, you gonna go with Jared?
Yeah, I think so.
Them Chevys, they're looking good tonight.
Low time power, buddy.
Looking at damage, I don't see a lot of cars with damage right now.
I can see the exposed videos already. Matt from Xtreme Sim TV drives a Ford in the Xfinity Series and doesn't even like Fords. Exposed.
Now, is this going to put your old Meatloaf? I think he's going to have the lucky dog. Is that correct?
We call it a lucky meatloaf.
The lucky Meatloaf.
He is going to kill me, you both. Well, as we're getting them lined back up, oh, he's gonna kill us. He and Philip, they're getting lined back up there. The 62 complete of the 130 here tonight. And up front, it's going to be Ryan Bean, Matthew, and Clayton. That is your top three here tonight. Well, buddy, you may not know this. Do you know where we're headed next week?
We are headed to. Next week will be. Oh, yes. Sorry about that. We are going to be at the Iracing International. So that will be March 8th. There'll be 100 laps. It'll be the Great Clips 500.
Well, there you go. We'll head off to the Iracing Super Speedway next week. Right now, we go back green from Homestead, Miami. The 63 going on the board at 130. And that all-tail machine of Ryan takes the race lead and powers off the turns 1 and 2. Right behind him, Jared Clayton coming through as well. Or Kaler, excuse me. Messed up a name, ripped to me. Put that in the swear jar, or in the mess up jar. Great move for him. But Ryan out front in the all-tail machine right now.
Taylor making a move to that number 2 position. I'm telling you, he is looking strong.
We got trouble.
Oh!
Turn 4, car around. And big trouble, including the 112 of our Daytona 500 champion, Mr. Calvin and Bog. Put it out once again and more torn up race cars at Homestead Miami Speedway. Something happened. It was almost like 2 wrecks in one back here.
I think the 78 just gets loose. He comes down the track, collects the 12. 12 gets out of control, and they just
48
can't do nothing but let go of the steering wheel and hang on from there and hit the brakes.
The 48 and 38 kind of unwilling victims of it, unfortunately. Fitzpatrick here, I don't think he got too much damage. And that Gatorade 48, let's hop on board. So on board once again here tonight with Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. off of turn 4. They start wrecking in front of him and just gets to he tries to get by it. Ooh. He actually got lucky, net coated through one car, and I don't think he hit anything. How about that?
That was unbelievable.
Can you say luck of the draw? Because he just got really, really, really lucky there.
You know, these guys, they've been running for how many? 65 laps, probably 40-something, 50-something of that have been at high speeds. I mean, they've got to remember, they got cold tires again. You got to bump that front brake bias up. Keep it on the high line. I think that's just driving hard.
Well, indeed, we're going to be back under yellow again. The pace car back out here at the Homestead Miami Speedway, which means we're going to step away for a commercial break here, and we'll be back live here on Xtreme Sim TV in a moment, and we'll get you back in just a moment. All right, we're ready to go. Alrighty, back here again at Homestead, Miami Speedway. 69 on the board of 130 here tonight. And look at that, Ryan, man, back out front again.
Man, right out of the chute. 11 diving low. Looks like he's gonna try and take on Jared. All that.
Alrighty. Glad you didn't take over there. I started coughing like nobody's business all over your head.
You're
the
good.
bike, but man, another good restart for these guys.
Loving it.
Well, right behind them, you're going to have Rusty back here in the 6. Side by side behind him, a little tight there. I believe that was David Hall, who just about got turned around there in the Exalta number 21 machine. Very, very close for him. He gathered it back up. And right now, that's Joe jumping under him in the number 22 machine. Again, 70 of 30 complete here in South Florida. We'll head over to the Iracing Super Speedway in I don't know, Huntington, West Virginia. There we go. I don't know how the Iracing Speedway would fit in Huntington, West Virginia, but that's where it's at. And as David Hall gets in the outside wall once again.
Oh, man. Got to leave that thing alone.
Tell you what's funny about that comment I just made. If anybody watching it in Huntington, West Virginia, they would know there's no way you're putting a 2.5-mile oval anywhere in Huntington, West Virginia. You would literally have to blow mountains up to make that work.
I'm looking at track temps here. Track temps are dropping. We started in the 80s. I think it was 82 was the track temp when we started. We're down to 75. Track's changing as the sun's dropping and the lights are turning on.
Man, it's changing more times than I change my clothes.
We should see these tires last a little longer. These guys should start. I mean, they're already diving in a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah,
we see a lot of low racing.
Matthew Fleming there running the bottom underneath the 6. I believe that is Rusty back there. We got a lot of cars. We've got a lot of cars 1 lap down or more. The last car on the lead lap is JB, but that car is killed. It's about 3 seconds slower than the race leader. But you know, he's still in the top 15. If JB could get lucky and a couple of these guys up front wreck, he could still come home with a top 10 here tonight at least.
Yeah, yep.
Clayton
sure
right
can.
here in 3rd, Matthew in 4th. That's your top 4. Cole Thomas in 5th.
Good run back here for the 6th and 7th position. And the 7th. Well, those front 3 up front, man, they are just moving on their own drum beat. Still taking that low line.
I tell you what, man, 75 complete of 130 here tonight, and everybody's single file. We know we talked about the podcast earlier, but due to your current or previous profession, you want to come play security mode for us at the podcast?
Do we need a little security up here?
Yeah, we might need it. Might be worse than the Jerry Springer show. Jerry. Right now, as Mr. Ryan leads, Clayton, Matthew, Cole Thomas, Rusty there as well, Matthew Fleming. As we're 77 laps into this thing, man, what do you think we're going to see here coming to the end here from Homestead, Miami?
You know, the way the track temps are and everything, I think everybody's going to keep their tires. I would think they're going to keep them fresh. They got to get up that low line to do so. I think you're seeing some guys hang back. I know with my team, one of our strategies was hang back a little bit. We'll fight towards the end. So I would think you're going to see a lot of guys start moving forward here in the next 10, 20 laps. I think they'll start positioning themselves for the end of the race. Well, we're still going to have another set of tires, I believe. We're on lap 77 of 130. Should be seeing another round of pits.
Yeah, you should be here in the next little bit as we're 78 complete here tonight, the 130 on Xtreme Sim TV. Ryan out in front, Jared in second, Clayton in third, fourth is Matthew, Cole Thomas in fifth, and like you said, another round of stops should be incoming here pretty soon.
Yeah, Cole is trying everything he can to get around the number 11 car, Matthew Rush. He has been working on him for about the last 4 laps.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just afraid he is going to eat those tires up. He is fighting a little too low.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Once you heat them up and burn them up, it's so hard to get them cooled back down again to give it another go.
Yeah, you gotta go back high for a few laps and then recollect yourself and try again.
Well, as we've got some space developing around the racetrack, folks, unfortunately, I'm going to step out of the booth a moment. So what I'm going to do here, man, is I'm going to put the camera on the leader, and you can talk about whatever you need to talk about, and I'll be back here in less than a minute.
Yeah. I just want to bring up the fact again that our last lap is going to be sponsored by Waterford Concepts. All your CAD and 3D needs, you can find them on Facebook. Waterford Concepts. If you're looking for anything 3D wise. Go. Ryan Bean, Jared Kaler, they're coming past lap traffic right here. And he's running some smooth lines. Smooth lines tonight. Got a good gap. Jared trying to reel him in. They've come up a little bit. They're not diving so low anymore right now. The tires are starting to wear out. Got a good fight back there for the fifth position, excuse me. Right now, fastest lap is going to be Ryan Bean, the number 28 car, putting in a 31.316. That was back on lap 8. We've had 8 late lead changes up to this point. Quite a bit going on up front. Looks like Phillip, he's back on the lead lap now also. Old Meatloaf, number 8. Let's see here. First car that's going to be down a lap is going to be JB Greghead. See if it comes into view. The 66 is trying to put a good move on the 11 again. See if they come into the 10. They should be right back there. Yeah, just a little bit. I'll tell you what, this number 1 and number 2 position are just on cruise control right now, yo. They have set the cruise and rolling. Hopefully, if we get another caution, we can jump into that 28 car and talk to him for a second. '84. We should be seeing pits here in the next, I'd say, 15 laps. I might try to stretch it out a little longer. Down the back stretch. And I'm telling you, these two, I can't say it enough. Cruise control, baby. They are set on cruise control and just, actually, both of them pulling away from the 3rd position.
Well, man, how do you like your debut broadcasting solo there, man?
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you, buddy. I had to step away.
Got it. We got a good little fight going in the 5th and 6th position.
That's going to be Cole with Cole and Rusty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Matthew and Cole. I apologize. That's the 4th and 5th position.
Oh, you're fine, man. And also, not to be mistaken, Rusty and Matthew Fleming back there going at it as well. So
yeah, they are.
A couple of good battles out there on the race circuit here tonight. And if you look at the sky, folks, well, it's dark 30 now at Homestead, Miami Speedway. We are now dark, and we're going to run this thing to the end. 87 on 130 complete.
Ooh, good little fight right there. Number 6 car, Rusty on the outside. Man, looking over there in turn 4. Or I'm sorry, turn 2.
He's trying to get up there to get it done. Talked about that outside lane being somewhere you can go, and he's still trying to make it work here as we're 108 or 87 in this 130 lap race here tonight. I still feel like that outside lane is probably the way to go.
I do. I mean, for longevity, for sure. I know Matthew personally, right there in the 88 car. He loves that low line. He's really good at it. I'm scared of the longevity of it.
And
but as you see, he uses it against the number 6. He battles strong.
yeah, it's a great run, great job here tonight as we continue to run. Stallings back there 4 laps down. I've seen a comment checking on Stallings. No, he's going to be back here 4 down in that number 93. Unfortunate for him.
Yeah, but he had a great start. Great start at the beginning of this race. He's just kind of dropped back ever since. I don't know, maybe with the wear and tear of that car, it's just falling back.
Yeah, and another car that's not having the 91 is the 112 of Calvin, looking like a modified out there.
Boy, you talk about bad luck tonight, man.
Man, oh man.
Coming off the Daytona win.
Yeah.
Hope to bring that momentum to the next track, and
but it's a good thing for him. Like you said, we got Iracing Speedway next week. Down there, another plate race, I would imagine. So what that would turn out to be.
And those are my favorite. Love the plate racing.
To be clear, they are unrestricted at the Iracing Speedway, but you still get a lot of drafting. It's a little bit different formula for the plate race, but it's a lot of fun. And that's a 38. That's not going to be fishing. It's going to go underneath the helm. Now we need the 38 of James.
Yeah, he's going to be 5 laps down.
And you know something I'm seeing? A lot of these cars that's multiple laps down. They got their car fixed quite a bit. It's just forever to get it fixed.
Yeah. Yep. Bringing them in, letting them crews do what they do best, working on them.
Put some duct tape and Bondo and bungee cords and everything else you can put on it. Fiberglass. Super glue. Right now, leading the way. But you do realize at the end of this broadcast, Philip's going to either come to me and say, amazing broadcast, buddy, or he's going to say, yeah, that was the worst broadcast by you ever, you're fired.
You know, speaking of Philip, he just went a lap down again. The boys just came around him. Philip into the wall. Touched it just a little bit, saved it.
And Philip,
oh, I just saw that out of the corner of my eye coming out of 4.
You're going to have to do something with Philip, man. He's not having a night here at Homestead E1, and he is dropping like a stone off the back of a boat.
Matthew and Cole gonna make their way around him right here. You know what? One thing about this track, a lot of people don't realize is coming out of turn 2, you've got to let that car walk up the track. You try to keep this car steered to the left, like you see right there with Philip doing, staying low. It is going to eat those tires. You've got to let this car walk up the track. That is a major issue.
It makes me want to go in his race panel and go, hey, fool, let the car walk up the racetrack. Philip, we love you, buddy. Don't fire me.
Gotta let these cars walk up the track. Oh,
more problems.
You saw a close one right back there with Philip.
And Philip, we got to get this camera off Philip because we're wishing him bad luck here.
Yeah.
We're 95 complete. And look who is getting ready to go buy the all-tail machine of Ryan. We're about to have a lead change, folks. That's Jared working underneath Ryan there in that all-tail machine. And Jared is going to get it done. New race leader at Homestead. 95 laps complete. And we got ourselves a new race leader.
You know, we've been talking about it all race, right? Hang back. Save the car. Save the tires. Make your move later in. You're going to be coming up to pits here in the next probably 10 to 15 laps. I'd say 10 laps.
It would literally, from what I see from the stint count, we're at 35 here for a lot of these front runners. So they're going to have to come to pit road now, and we got one car immediately on pit road, and that is going to be Clayton and Rusty coming down. just as we say that now, remember, caution got brought out last, well, not a caution, but last time we had pit stops, we did have an incident down there on pit road at pit entry. Keep that in mind, so you got to be careful getting the car on and off of pit road.
Yes.
And we're
Ryan Bean coming
36 in.
Summer out here.
Let's see. We got 35 to go. And caution. Go on the racetrack.
Oh, no. Boy, that's going to mess up some strategy right there.
And
we just had the 28 and Ryan Bean. I'm sorry, 28 of Ryan Bean and Jerry Kaler in the pits. Oh, no.
Oh, man. I'm not sure what the yellow was for. Nevertheless, caution out 97. So we're not going to say anything quite yet. We're going to let this cycle through and see where everybody lines out. But Ryan, unless he gets off pit road before he goes a lap down, in which he does beat the pace car, I think. Nope, he didn't beat him. Never mind.
Oh, he didn't beat him.
I thought there for a moment he had a shot at beating him, but didn't do it. He's going to be one lap down. So he'll have to take the wave around. It's going to put him in the back. And for that all-tail machine, look at the laps he's fed here tonight. 75 total. And a badly timed caution can take all that away. Actually, is he getting waved around? He is. It scored him, beating him off by inches. That just
He's
saved
gonna get. Wow.
That just saved him. That right there saved his whole night.
Boy.
If he'd have got caught behind him there and it would have been a wave around, I think he would have had to start behind everyone else.
Yep. And now you're going to get Jared Kaler, you're going to get Matthew Rush. They're going to enter pits now. Everybody coming in behind them.
Yeah, but the way this will work, they're on pit road. Ryan will stay out. So logic would tell me most likely Ryan will become your race leader again.
Yep. Hey, something to note, Kevin Ruff has worked his way back up into the 8th position. His top 10 is all coming into pits right now. We're going to take 4 fresh tires, a bit of fuel in that car, and get back out there.
Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. I was...
Oh, the 58 and 112. I'm sorry, I'm looking out of the pits. The 58 and the 112 almost got into it.
Well, let's go take a look
that was
here.
Close.
It must have been close.
Man.
Let's see what
58
happens.
coming out of his pit box.
Let's see. Let's grade this and see how close it was. And he's coming down. Everything looks good. Everything's smooth. Everything's awesome. Goes to turn in. Oof.
Yo!
I think that would have just about passed for a pit maneuver if he made contact.
Yeah. That's right. Slide him over. All right, so it looks like the new leader is going to be what? The number 14 car, is that right? No.
No, it will be Ryan. He got lucky. He got amazingly lucky with how this worked out. So what could have been disaster actually ended up pretty well for Ryan here.
That worked out great. Holy moly. All right, now here comes the rest of the back of the pack coming into pits. Yeah, everybody's going to get 4 fresh tires and some fuel right here. We're going to have 30 to go. What, probably 29, 28 to go, I guess, right here. The green flag drops.
Yeah, somewhere in there. 29, 28, something like that left. About 15 minutes of racing will be left for the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series here on its home of Xtreme Sim TV all season long for 2021. 38 fabulous races coming your way. This is race number 2 of those 38 that were scheduled on the schedule this year. We got places like the Iracing Super Speedway we'll see next week. Hopefully, knock on wood, than Bristol Dirt if I can convince Philip at this point. Just so much going on. Let me put it this way. We will race Bristol Dirt. Whether it's a points race or not, that'll be to be determined. But we will go race at Bristol Dirt. Promise you that.
I like it. I like it. Oh, man.
So
we got 10 lead changes up. 10 lead changes up to this point. Our fastest lap, it was Ryan. Who was that? Yeah, it was Ryan. Now we're gonna have Dustin Stallings came in with a 31,306 back on lap 82. So what do you think?
Well,
Stay conservative right here, or do we start making a push to the front for those in the back?
I think we start pushing this thing, man.
Yeah.
We start going. It's time to go.
Go.
I'm gonna go put you out there in the Crown Victoria and let you go at it. Let's see if you can outrun my Crown Vic.
Let's see here. So we're gonna have Ryan Bean in the 28. He's gonna be your leader. Jared Kaler is gonna be in the second position in the 58 car. Number 11 is gonna be Matthew Roush in the third position. Fourth position is gonna be number 88, Matthew Fleming. And your top 5 rounding out is gonna be Cole Thomas in the 66.
I tell you what, the only way anybody's beating Ryan Bean today, I think, is we get somebody out there and put red and blue lights on the car. Maybe
keep an eye back there. That number 112 car, he's got a bunch of damage.
He's coming.
Sixth row, fifth row, inside.
Yeah, I don't know. Jared's going to get clear of the 11 here, and Matthew, he'll fall back. 102 on the board. Man, oh man, this is going to be interesting down the back straightaway here. Cole right there in the 66 machine. Joe there in the 6th spot as well. But what do you think, man? What's your expectations for the end of this race?
Oh, sorry about that. Saw 2 cars diving low out of turn 4. I'm still going with Jared Kaler. I'm still going that route.
Oh,
he
wow,
is making
3
it
wide.
strong.
Wow, sorry about that. They were 3 wide there for position there for a moment. But you're gonna go.
I'm going back there for the 4th position.
So you're going with Jared on this one?
I think I'm gonna go with Jared. Matthew's gonna kick my butt, but I'm gonna go with Jared.
Well, we'll see if your pick works out here. 104 on the board, folks. Coming down to it.
We're seeing Joe Weaver and Matthew Fleming back there in the 7th position, 7th and 8th, trying to get around that 112. Got a lot of damage. He's going to be holding some people up.
Yeah, he's just driving that car for all it's worth, trying to get the best position possible.
Yes, he is.
He knows he's not going to win this race.
Looks like the 22 is going to get stuck on the high side behind him. 18 is going to get around him. Whoa, that was close.
Some great racing back here at 4th position. And man, oh man, we're going to have roughly 25 to go with Homestead Motor Speedway tonight.
That 22's got to get underneath that 112.
He might have to use that chrome horn here in a minute.
Tell you what, old Joe, there he goes, to the bottom. Good move right there. That's not good either. That's going to hold them back. Them boys up front, this whole time, have just been stretching that lead while they're fighting around him. They have got a lot of space to make up.
And there is JB in the 10, and that car fixed almost completely. What is going on tonight that they're able to get these cars fixed? I've never seen that without fast repairs.
Super crew. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. Wreck on the back stretch.
And that was the one of Harold out of shape. He gathered it back in. We're still good to go. Out front, Bean leads. Ryan Bean at Homestead Miami Speedway. In the all-tail machine out front, looking for his first win of the year here in the second race of the season. Again, Iracing Super Speedway looms next week. Man, that's going to be interesting for 100 laps next week, next Monday night. We better bring a ton. Yeah, we better bring a ton of records for that one.
That is going to be a fast race. I've been told they are going to tune the cars down a little bit. Not going to go so wide open. Be expecting speeds of, in 200s easy, but I have been told they are going to tune them down just a little bit.
So they're going to put their own restrictor plate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you almost have to at that place.
Oh, yeah.
But right here in the back, we got some good side-by-side racing. That 10 machine, almost perfect looking race car, is trying to work his way forward of JB. He's 1 lap down. If he gets a caution, gets back on the lead lap, he might could score a top 10 out of this. He just got around Calvin there, who's currently running 9th. Now he drops to 10th as I say that, but he'll be inside the top 10 still. And here we go. We'll have 110 on the board. At the moment, Ryan Bean, who's led the most laps here tonight at 85, is out front. Jared is in second. You see the gap first to second. Third is Matthew. Fourth is Cole Thomas. Fifth is David Hall in that number 21.
You know, I'm curious to see if Ryan in the 28 car is going to do something a little different in this leg. You know, every leg he jumps out. He's been jumping out every single time. And what you see every time is Jared Kaler just kind of holding back, waiting back a little bit, and then he comes and grabs him. So I'm curious to see if Ryan runs a little different strategy here and saves those tires, hopefully, a little sooner than he did last time.
Well, we will see how this works out here over the next 20 laps. It's been a fun race, and a little bit of a long one tonight as well.
Yeah.
As we're going to see how this fares over the next 20 laps. Can Jared run back down Ryan? What do you think?
I think he can. If Ryan is going to keep running the same race he's been running, Jared will catch him.
Well, we all know catching him and passing him is two different things.
That is very true. Seeing 18 on the inside of the 21 in the back.
We'll let you keep us posted on that. As right now, I'm going to stay with the front here because I do believe Jared is inch by inch on running down Ryan, coming to 18 laps to go.
Reeling him in.
He's reeling that fish in little by little, buddy.
Yeah, you know, talk about reeling them in. The 88, the 18, the 21, the 22, they're starting to inch in a little bit closer also. They finally got lined out to where they can start catching the leaders now. And I believe getting stuck in traffic, they saved their tires just a little bit. So all those guys right there, the 10 car, they should all start looking a little bit closer.
Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, they should. They're 17 to go this time by. Everybody coming off of turn number 4 here at Homestead Motor Speedway. And man, I tell you what, this has been a fun evening, I have to say.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. I have had a great time doing this. Watching these front two out here on cruise control.
Coming to what would be to go. But Ryan and Jared and Matthew all in the top 3 cold call. Back there as well in 4th. Taylor back there in the 15. And it's gonna probably go always in trade next week.
And we only got something to note. We only have 13 cars in the lead lap. The 78 of J.R. Miller. He's the last car on the lead lap right now.
They are kind of hanging on to that 13th place spot. He's not wanting a caution happen, but they'll bring her home. Top 13. Ryan's still out front. Keep note, guys, that we started roughly 28 cars here. And right now, still running on racetrack, actually full and reeled, is 25. So we've had some incidents. A lot of guys still out there rolling around this one.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of great racing. The 21 and the 10 going at it right now.
That 10's still one lap. Man, if he could ever get his lap back, right? That's the thing. If he could just get one more caution, get that lap back.
The 10, am I seeing this right? The 10 is Clayton? No, David Hall.
That 10,
I'm sorry.
no, that would AB. Big head, I believe.
Oh, okay.
He is still one lap down.
Well, he's a lap down. Boy, he is fighting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All he needs is one more caution to get that car back on the lead lap. Keep in mind, physically on the racetrack, right now he would be running 8 if he was on the lead lap.
Right.
So that car is not that bad at all. Here with 14 to go. Get one more yellow.
What do you think? Think we're going to get a yellow?
Man, I think we're a little bit too spread out, to be honest.
So do I.
I do believe, though, we're going to have a battle for the race lead because Jared The longer this run goes, the more he reels in. That number
Here he
28 alive.
comes. He's coming.
I hear the jaws.
That's right.
Donut, 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 donut.
Hey, this is the same thing we saw play out between each caution. That 58, he hangs back for a little bit, and he comes and catches him. Smart strategy, smart play right here by the 58 of old Jared Kaler. Well, and these two, I mean, as we've seen in between each caution, these two just stretching out. Man.
So 11 to go. Fine. Not three. At Miami. Right. What's been a pretty fun little race from South Florida here tonight for the Xtreme Iracing. Just their second race on the channel with them again. We had the Daytona 500 2 weeks ago. Then we was off for Mr. Wedding Boy here. We're back here tonight, and we head to Iracing for Soeedway next week. That battle up front is huge. And that is going to be Jared in second. Now we got a car right there behind him. That is a lap down machine.
That's going to be lap traffic, Andrew Little.
Andrew Little on fresh tires.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I believe it's Little. Maybe possible. Trying to get a door number on that car. I can't really tell. Attempting to get a door number. It's a 50, 90. And I don't know how Jared or Ryan, either one, would feel about him up there racing.
Yeah, you would think he's going to hang back, use that draft, but not try to make any moves.
Because, folks, we're pretty much 8 to go now already. Look at that. Just like that, we're down to 8 laps to go. This lap traffic is really affecting Jared here. His chances to get up there.
I mean, you've got to hope he's going to hang back a little bit. Right now, he is in that draft and not letting it go.
Got to hope that somebody's got to be on the radio. Hey man, 5 laps down. The race is out. Don't want this to affect the race, right?
Right.
I mean, right now though, he's staying with it. I don't know. In the state of Florida, you think that's a tailgating charge?
Yeah, that could be a little too close.
A bit of reckless driving.
Just a little bit. Here they come. We got more lap traffic coming into play right here. 7 to go.
I don't know, man. This is going to get interesting. Peter got tight there behind traffic. Come on, lap traffic. Get out of there. Don't get involved with this.
I cannot believe they're letting Collins race them as hard as they are.
Side by side. Oh my God.
Taylor to the inside.
And he has no grip.
He's got the push, but he's got the push.
Wow. He could not have had
Now, let's hope the 68 doesn't try to capitalize on this.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh wow. Side by side. Up top goes the 28. Fighting fights to the outside, but nothing doing.
Jared's gonna get it coming.
Yep, Kayla's got this thing now.
This is when you let it all hang out. Whatever tires you got left, let it go.
I'm not sure that he would have made that pass without the lap traffic.
Yeah, no, he definitely got a push. But right here, you see how low they're getting now. It is all in now. You throw everything on the table and bet it all, baby.
Well, Kayla went down there to let that lap traffic go, which was smart. Now Ryan right behind, and Ryan's got to be frustrated. It's all, you know what, here, because, again, I wonder if that lap traffic just cost him.
I'm hearing over the radio, not too happy about that.
No, I imagine not. I imagine they're going to have some conversations about that after the race.
Here's a lot of radio from the 28 and the 58. Not happy. Not happy with that car.
Well, right now, it is what it is, and Jared is out front. Ryan has led the most laps here tonight with 1:01, but it looks like with 3 laps to go, Jared getting the help with that
Did we put any money on this?
Do what?
Did you put any money on this?
We'll have to go back and look.
Damn it. I think I did.
Hey, we got some video footage. Go check. And right now, coming to 2 to go. And I just feel so bad for Ryan B.
Ryan got some help right there though with the lap traffic right there being in front of him. Gonna help suck him into 3 and 4.
And it's not going to be enough, I don't think. 2 laps to go.
But I think you're seeing more of just how Jared Kaler, he hung back a bit, saving those tires, not fighting as hard.
Taylor started outside pole at Daytona. Didn't have the run he wanted. Comes to Homestead with one thing on his mind. It was victory lane. And now, as we head for turns 3 and 4, buddy, I'll let you do the brand new sponsor announcement as we come out of turn 4.
We are coming up to the last lap, y'all. Sponsored by Waterford Concepts. All your CAD and 3D needs, you can find them on Facebook. Here we go, baby.
1 lap to go. Taylor out front. Being a little bit too far back. He'll come out of turn 4 or turn 2. He'll be a half a lap away now from the first win of the year for him. As I said, started outside pole at Daytona. It wasn't able to capitalize there. But Jared Kaler from Los Angeles is going to come out of turn 4 in Homestead, Miami to pick up win number 2 or win number 1, round 2 of the year. Give it to Jared Kaler, and Ryan Bean has to be furious in that race car, leading 101 laps here. Coming home just short.
Great run. We saw a little bit of traffic on the backstretch between Phillip and it looks like the number 10 car, but no wreck back there. It came around for a smooth finish.
Oh. Controversy at the end of this thing. I'm sure this will be talked about for a while.
It's going to get a little publicity, yeah.
I mean, I understand the aggravation up front. I understand the guy racing them hard as well. Wrong time, wrong place.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm excited. Are we going to get to talk to Kaler?
I am looking for Mr. Taylor now. Yeah.
Like he's going to be up in the top.
And Mr. Taylor is Matt and Reese in the booth. You got a copy. Unmute mic here.
You guys got me?
Yeah, we got you, buddy. Congratulations. Coming home with the win here tonight at Homestead, Miami Speedway. Got the outside pole at Daytona. Not the result you wanted there, but you come here tonight to grab the win. A little bit of controversy there at the very end with the lap traffic.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the lap traffic mainly stayed out of the way. The 93 was right on my bumper there at the end, and I knew I was way faster than Ryan on the long run, and I just needed to get to that like lap 125, 123-ish mark, and I would be able to kind of reel him in and pass him, because that's kind of what I've been doing all race. And I was just hoping that the 93 would just stay behind me, not try and race me too hard, and luckily he did that. So lap cars did, I think, a pretty great job staying out of the way and letting us race all night.
Jared, Reese here. Hey, and you did a great job all night long. It seemed on those long runs, you were hanging back a little bit, and then you go fight towards the end. Was that kind of the game plan, the whole race coming in?
It wasn't really the game plan. I just kind of, that's, I guess, how I was driving. You know, kind of at the end, I was like, okay, if I just keep on doing what I've been doing, it'll come to me towards the end of the run. But, you know, those first half of the race, I didn't even know I was saving tires, really, in the first part of the runs, but it just turned out I was.
Buddy, great job, man. Great job getting your win in the second race of the series. Good job, bub.
Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Well, Los Angeles got easy here tonight, man. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, man, anybody like to thank before we let you go here?
Just my friends and family for supporting me through this, and we'll keep going for next week.
All right, we'll see you at the Iracing Speedway next Monday night.
Have a good one.
Jared Kaler, your winner here tonight. All right, let's see if we can find Mr. Bean wherever he.
Nope.
Moving the wrong people around. See if we can find Mr. Bean here. See Bean anywhere, man? I don't see him, Bean.
I'm looking for him.
I
I
don't
think
see
he
him.
is already in the holler.
He is already packed
Oh,
up and
I
out
got
here.
him.
Oh,
I found him.
you got him? All right, let's get him up here. Hey, Ryan Bean is fat up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
All right, man. Doing all right, man. You led the most laps here tonight. Just coming down to the end. Little interesting battle there with lap traffic in the mix. You think if the lap traffic hadn't gave the shove, you think he'd have still got around you?
I don't think he would have, but then again, it's part of the race, and he got through lap traffic better than I did. I was trying to be as cautious as I could, and you can't really do that at the end of the race when there's a win at stake. So yeah, it was a good win on him. He was catching me at the end of the long runs, anyways. But I definitely think I could have held him off.
Well,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Go ahead, Reese.
You did a great job this race, Bob. Great job, man. You and him just like you're on cruise control out there the whole night. He kept reeling you in. I feel like coming into every pit cycle. Do you feel like that was just due to tire wear? Feel like maybe just digging in a little too hard, getting that long lead?
No, my strategy was kind of just get a good enough lead to where I could be comfortable. I can run my line. I don't have to push. And by the time I'm that far away, I know I can run a consistent line where they can probably catch me really like a little bit every lap. And once he catches me, I'm gonna. And it worked out really well. I got really lucky at that last caution. I was really worried. Luckily, I was already in the pits though.
Boy, did you ever? You got very lucky right there. I was scared for you for a second, but when we saw it all cycle out, I went, man, he got saved right there.
Yeah, and then I was going as fast as I could around the track, trying to just make sure I was in front of everybody. So, and then it's just save fuel, save fuel. So I mean, I was saving fuel at the beginning of that last run as well. So I was kind of letting them come back up, but I knew dirty air was going to play a problem. But then again, lap traffic, which is part of racing, so I'm not really too mad about it.
Alrighty, man. We did a great job there, Ryan. Great job leading the most laps. Great finish here in second, man. Hope we can go pick up one more next week at the Iracing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Have a good one, guys.
Hey, great job, Ryan.
Great job, Ryan.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's.
I mean, Matt, we got him here. Should we talk about it?
Well.
Should we talk about the brown stuff?
Yeah, were we talking about Bristol?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Phil. It's Matt up here in the booth.
Hey, what's going on?
So I may or may not have done something dirty, buddy.
What'd you do?
I may or not be talking to the stream audience here, right? We may or may not be pressuring you, peer pressure, to may or may not put a certain track named Bristol with dirt somewhere on this schedule, whether it may or may not be points paying or not. So
we might do a fun race there. I'm not putting a points race on there.
Well, here's what we do: we schedule an off week in between. We put a fun race there and we broadcast it.
We can do that Memorial Day weekend.
There we go,
Hey,
folks.
That sounds like fun. I like that. Philip, tell us about your race tonight, man. How did you feel like the car handled tonight?
Man, my car was trash. My car was trash. I'm looking forward to Iracing Super Speedway and then Vegas, and I'm ready to get the heck out of Florida.
Hey, give
I
us
live
some
here,
details.
but
Give us some details on the next race. Is it going to be flat out? I know I heard you talking.
oh no,
drivers
we're
and the
gonna have.
drivers
It's
meeting
gonna be
about a few
different. It's gonna be really different. We're not gonna be going 250 miles an hour on that track. We're gonna be going maybe 230, because we're going down the power to make it a little bit more interesting. Hopefully, that'll reduce the wrecks that happen. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna raise up the tape, maybe to help people not push other people so hard. It's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be fun to watch to see what happens. And to see what goes on, what different strategies are gonna happen. But yeah, I really do think that Iracing Super Speedway is going to be a fun track to race at. I think it's going to be anybody's race. I'm bringing out a brand new car for that race. I am brand new sponsor.
Love it.
So
That's going to be March 8th, y'all. That's 100 laps, the Great Clips 500. Y'all make sure to be here next Monday for that. That is
Yes,
going to be a
it's
lot
gonna
of
be a
fun. I
fun
can't
one.
wait for it. Well, Philip, y'all put on a great show tonight, man. Wonderful
All right,
show.
man. I just want to say thank you guys for everything y'all are doing.
No problem, man. Great job out there tonight, buddy. And
All
with,
right, buddy. I'll talk to y'all later.
and with that, Reese, we're gonna get on out of here. We'll see everybody at the Iracing Speedway next week. Thank you, Reese, for coming up with us tonight.
Hey,
We'll
buddy, thanks for having me.
No problem. We'll see you guys next week. Round 2 in the books, Jared Kaler. Getting it done.